Hello, Macy J friends. I'm so excited that you're here today with me. We are going to make a new porch leaner for our fun farmhouse barn door. So, this is our lavender set and it is super cute. We are going to be using this paint palette here. We have aloe, wild orchid. These are all in Deco Art Americana paints. And we have lavender and wisteria and lamp black and zinc and a light buttermilk. So those are the colors that we're going to be using today. And I'm going to be using some Type Bond Ultimate wood glue. And I've put that in a little squeeze bottle. You can pick those up on Amazon if you want. Get ready. We're going to have lots of fun today doing this darling little set. So let's get started. So we've got a few colors that we're going to do. So I'm going to lay out some tape and we will paint them on these pieces of painter's tape. Okay, we're going to scoot these off to the side. And put this here so you can see what I'm doing. I'm just going to stick this to a piece of cardboard. We're going to take these little pieces of lavender, put them on the top one. We're going to put this. This is going to be my green one. The little lavenders. I'll go on here. And we're going to do this one. The paint pot is going to be in the black. This is going to be in the green. This is going to be done in the black. How do I want to do this? Let's see. It's going to be in zinc. And then we'll do the bottom of this in zinc and the top in the purple. And okay, this should not take too long today. I'm going to start with some of the light buttermilk. And we're going to put that on our lavender sign. Oh, I need to put these on here too. I'm going to line these up nice and neat next to each other because I'm going to do a variegated look. I'm going to get my sponge. I need to cut off the tips of my sponge so I can use it again because the tip is all dried up. Just use a simple makeup sponge. You can get these on Amazon or probably in any beauty supply. I'm going to dip my sponge in the paint and then I'm going to just tap lightly on here. You'll notice that this piece has lavender is scored on here, so you'll know where to place the lavender. And then it says Farm Fresh going down it. I'm going to try really hard not to get my paint in that etching. Just going to go lightly around there. It is etched pretty deep on this one. Hopefully I can keep most of the paint out of there. If not, I have some paint markers that I can fill it in. So if you are just starting to follow along with Macy J, thank you so much for coming. I have these super cute porch signs. It has a little barn door, and then these are going to go around the barn door, and this one will hang on the barn door. It's like a little, almost like a little wreath. And I've got monthly kits that you can get. And every month we're going to do another theme that goes along with this barn door. It's super cute. So I have the lavender so far. And we have a lemon one that is super cute. I'll leave that one linked below so that you can go and watch that video too. It's super cute. Every month I'm going to be doing a new one. So you are welcome to order a kit. I'll have a link where you can order the kit and it'll come to your house. If you want to order multiple kits and get some for you and your friends and have a paint night, that's always fun too. So if you are local to me, we can do paint nights. I can come to you or you can come to me or we can meet up somewhere fun. We could even go to like a restaurant or something and that would be fun too. I got a little heavy handed on here. I'm going to try to get some of that out of there. This is a fun thing. And you know, we all work so hard, right? And it is just nice to have some time to be creative. And that is exactly what I love about Macy J. It gives me time to sit down, leave the worries behind, and just be creative. And I love that so much. I have been missing that in my life, and I have found it, and I just love it. We ended up buying a laser cutter. That's how I cut these out. And it cuts out wood, it cuts out acrylic, it can engrave on glass, all the things. So it has been a lot of fun. And I figured if I'm having fun with it, you guys would probably enjoy it too. So I'm just going to bring you along my journey. All right. I'm going to also do the hello in the white. I'm going to do the leaves in the green, but I just wanted to get this on here. And then we will be a little more fussy with the green. I've been using a piece of tinfoil to put my paint on. So I've got my little paint on the tinfoil, which that's kind of fun because you can fold the tinfoil up and throw it away. You can use both sides. It's a great, inexpensive way to have a paint palette. Okay, I want to go ahead and do the green. So it is the Aloe Deco Art Paint. Okay, I'm kind of trying to be careful around the hello part when I'm doing this green, so I don't have green on the letters. I did get a little bit on that O. I'll have to go back in and clean that up a little bit. In fact, if you've got a little paint markers are great too to do small pieces like this. While I'm here, I'm just going to give it a second coat because why not? I'm going to try to get that edge really good. And then we will do some more green, clean this up a little bit. Thing I love about paint, you mess up, you can add more paint. I'm going to paint the bow. Now this project should be a pretty quick one today. You don't have to be too fussy with it. The hello, I think, is the fussiest piece, and we're going to be layering a lot. Let me show you. I am not using very much paint. I'm using like this little teeny tiny dab. So don't go crazy with your paint because it doesn't take very much. So I just go in here, pat, 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 and then I'm gonna pat that on. This green does really well. You don't necessarily need to have a second coat. I think I might do a little bit of a second coat because I wasn't being very good on the first coat. I was worried about the hello. We're going to do the zinc, and we'll just do this whole circle gray. Okay, I'm going to do the bottom of this. The top's going to be covered with this piece, so I don't need to go up too high. Just do the bottom of it. And this is such a big piece, I felt like it didn't necessarily need to be stuck to a piece of tape. I'm going to just give this another coat. I feel like it's a little bit lighter than I like it. We're going to do the wisteria color. This will be the front piece. This is going to be the back piece. It's going to be a little bit darker because it's more in the shadows. So the things that are forward are going to be a little bit lighter, and the things that are in the back are going to be a little bit darker. And then I'm going to do the lavender words in this lighter color, and then we're going to do some highlights and some shadows on it and the other couple colors so that it has some variation in it, and it'll be really cute. And these other little tiny pieces of lavender will go on the door sign, the little circular door sign with the hello, which is great because then you don't have to fussy paint them onto that wreath. We just glue them on. It's easy to do. You don't have to panic. Anybody can do it. You just need to pat, pat, pat. So easy, and they turn out so cute. So get some of your friends together, and I would love to see what you guys make, what you do. Take pictures of yourselves, post them on our Facebook group so everybody can see the fun that you're having. Since it is so much lighter, I'm probably going to need to do a couple coats of that. Some of the paints just really do well with one coat, but sometimes you just need to have that second coat, and that's just fine. I have found that this paint does really well. Please feel free to leave any comments that you have. I would love to hear from you guys. Now I'm going to take the bigger piece. We are going to do the wild orchid as the base coat on it. And like I say, you don't need to do that top piece because it'll be covered up. All right, if you're following along, how's it looking? That's looking good. I'm going to add a little bit to the sides of this front piece just to give it like a little bit of a shadow. So we're going to go along the edges and it just makes it pop a little bit. And you'll notice I did not go in and dip my sponge in again. I'm just using what was left on there just to give it a little pat. It's almost like a little blush. And then I'm going to do the same thing on the lavender part. Pick up a tiny bit of paint. We're going to go along the bottom, and we want this to fade up into the lighter color. And blend, blend, blend. If you need to add a little water with a paintbrush and blend it in that way, you can. Oh, can you see that? Isn't that cute? We're going to do some polka dots. I have some paint markers. They're just acrylic paint markers. I got them on Amazon. It has a brush tip and a fine tip. I'm going to use the fine tip and I'm going to do some polka dots. So I'm just going to go in here very quickly, easily, draw some polka dots. Really no rhyme or reason, just getting them in there where you think it looks good. I'm going to do a few little polka dots on the pot. Do it wherever you feel like it needs a little something. And I'm going to do a little bit of darker on this piece here. Okay, so I pat in my paint and then I pat off of the paint so that it's really kind of light and dry. We're going to just go in here and lightly touch along the edges just to give it some dimension like we did on the other one. Now, keep in mind that this is going to be sitting on top of this. So some of the stuff in the middle is going to be covered up. This is just a really easy way for you to have some dimension to your work. You can do this with a paintbrush too if you wanted to. I just thought I would show a different way today. Okay, let me just kind of show you what's going to happen here. This is going to go right there on the front of that. Let's see. I think I'm going to do a little bit of brushwork. This is a Master's Touch 3/8 of an inch angular shader. Is what you want to do is get it wet. So you're going to dip the end in your water and then you're going to pat it off on a piece of paper towel. And then I need a little bit of white. And then I'm going to just touch the top, a little bit of white. And then we're going to kind of blend that together. All right. And then you're going to just come along the, whoa, that was kind of bright. So I'm going to add a little bit more water, cut it off. I'm going to come along the edge here. Just give it a little highlight. You can do this with a darker color too if you wanted to. And see how I'm putting this in front of the one behind it so that there's like a leaf right there. Gives a little separation. It just gives it that little bit of depth that it needs. Take it from a very flat piece, turns it into something more special. I got it on this one right here, and I don't necessarily want it there. So I'm just going to pat it off. Try that again. And I'm noticing as they're drying, they're getting a little bit lighter. You don't see the white quite as much. So if you need to go and do that again, go ahead and do that. Just keep practicing. You'll get it figured out. You'll get it to where you want it. If if it's too much, just add some water or you can use a baby wipe it off. That water will blend it out really nicely. It just takes practice. Okay, I think I'm going to come in with the darker color with my brush and try that again because I feel like it got a little muddy. feel like the sponge was just not quite giving it the effect I wanted it to. So that's why I'm coming in with the brush instead. That's looking cute. I think I want to do just a touch of this other purple on here, the lavender color. I just felt like the light color is a little lighter than I wanted it. So I'm just kind of adding a little bit of color to it so it doesn't stand out so stark. Maybe we could do a little white highlight. I think that's probably good. I'm going to do just a little bit of highlight. I can see where I need to fix the H. Just make that line a little more crisp. We need to do some highlight on our bow. Maybe a little stripey stripe on the side. Maybe a little bit along the top of this. Just going to touch it lightly. I'm going to try to do a little bit of the dark lavender color along the word lavender. Just going to do just a titch along the bottom. Just need a little something, something. Are you ready to put this baby together? Because I think I am. Okay. We're going to take our little pieces of lavender. We are going to glue them onto the wreath. That was kind of a lot of glue, so I'm going to share it. These just go right along here. If you look for the little flower shapes, kind of where it looks like there's leaves on top of leaves, those are flowers. You're just going to stick those on, kind of eyeball it, and go around and put these on. Share the love of that glue again and stick that there. Thing I love about this glue is it gives you a little bit of time, little drying, like a wiggle room time. So you can put it on here, kind of move it around where you need to before it sets up, which I love that. Because I've used super glue before and it's a pain in the neck, right? Because it's down and that's it. You don't have really any time to move it if you need to. All right, we're going to put one right here. And then one right here. Oh, this is going to be so cute. Two more. So I'm just putting these two together to kind of share that glue so it's not so goopy. And one down here. Cute, huh? That is the wreath. The wreath is going to go in the middle of this. So we'll turn this around and just kind of dot the glue on it. A little bit more in those spaces that you've got a little more room. And then I'm going to put a little bit on the letters. And it doesn't really take a whole ton of glue, so don't feel like you got to go real heavy-handed on this because then it'll just squeeze out. Not a ton of glue. And then I'm going to just eyeball this into the center. I like to put my fingers around it and feel where things are landing. Get that in the center as much as I can. That's darling. I think I might put a few more dots on there. I was just kind of dotting, not really knowing where these were going to go, so I'm going to add a few more dots. There we go. That's cute. That'll go on the door. And then we're going to take the lavender and take the back of this. I forgot to put a little white highlight. Okay, we got to do that real quick on here. So it's not so flat. Okay, that helps. All right, that makes it look so much better. And I'm going to go ahead and glue this down. Get a little bit of glue on there. And put that down in the middle. Oh my goodness, I got paint. What did I do? Got paint under here. I gotta fix that. That's gonna bug me. I must have had some white paint on me and just stuck my finger right in it. Okay, we're gonna touch that up a little. And I think I'm gonna go in with a little bit more white on top. As it dried, it faded on me. I think I'm gonna do a little white highlight along the edge. Like so. Oh, that's cute. And then we're going to take the front lavender piece. And then we're just going to eyeball this right into the middle. It'll go right to the bottom where the top of the pot is. And then just drop it on there and push it down. Oh, that's cute. Okay, there's the pot. The pot needs a cute little bow. So this bow is going to go right on the top. So we only need glue behind this part right here. And that's about all I need. And then this will go right in the middle. We'll cover up the seam of the lavender like so. That's cute. And our final little bit is going to be sticking these lavender words into this one. And since these are all etched, it gives you easy placement, which is great. So you just want to put it on there. And then I like to lift it up and make sure I don't see any of that etching poking out anywhere. The etching is done a little bit smaller than the actual cutout that's going to go on top of it. You shouldn't see anything if you've got it placed in the correct spot. That's why I like to look at all the sides and make sure I've got it in there correctly. Hey, and when you're putting these on, make sure you're doing it with the dark side down and not flipping them upside down accidentally. I'm going to bring in my door, show you what this looks like with the door. It's a cute burn door. This is going to be a monthly project. You can sign up for the burn door, and then any of the monthly projects that we do, you can get. And they're just so fun and cute. I am noticing I need a little bit more white through here, but I will do that on my own time. If you wanted to get some ribbon and tie a cute little ribbon on here, twine ribbon and put on top of that, that would be super cute. You can make a cute little bow to put on the top of this. That would be fun too. Here is our barn door. This baby is, I believe, 15 inches tall. It stands on a stand with these slots in it. And so every month we can put cute little slotted things that'll go in here. So this will go on the door. It's like our little wreath. And then we can put the lavender on the front. We can put the lavender porch leaner on here. Isn't that the cutest thing you've ever seen? I love this. So I hope you enjoyed it too. And thanks for coming along with me. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them below. And I would love it if you could like and subscribe and share this with your friends. That would make my day. So thanks so much. This is Tiffany with Macy J. Have a great day. Make it the best.